Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to another video, and in this video I am going to talk about thyroid and parathyroid glands. Thyroid gland, it is butterfly shaped gland that sits low on the front of the neck. It lies below the Adam's apple, just in front of the windpipe. Here you can see this is the Adam's apple, which is outgrowth or the projection in front of the neck, and the adrenal of the Adam's apple, which is present in front of the windpipe. It has two lobes connected by the bridge. When thyroid is in normal size, you can't feel it. We can't feel when we have normal thyroid gland, and when it is swollen or has some problem, then we can feel it. It has brownish red color and is rich in blood vessels for supply of blood. There are a lot of blood vessels in the thyroid gland to supply the blood. This is the thyroid gland. You can see this is its right lobe, and this is the left. This is right thyroid gland, and this is the left thyroid gland. It is just above the larynx or the trachea. This is its back preview. You can see it has two lobes, and these are connected by the bridge, and a small pea-like structure or the circular small structure are embedded in two lobes of the thyroid gland. These yellowish structures are called the parathyroid glands. It has following secretions or the hormone: the thyroxine or T4, Tri-iodothyronine, and the Calcitonin. Thyroxine and Tri-iodothyronine, these hormones influence in overall growth, development, and metabolic rates. The thyroxine and tri-iodothyronine combine with the somatotrophin hormone and brings about the process of growth. They directly involve in the differentiation of the cells of the brain, and they also involve in the basal metabolic rate. These thyroxine and the tri-iodothyronine hormones brings about the process of metamorphosis, and when there is deficiency of the hormone thyroxine or the tri-iodothyronine, the larva does not develop to an adult frog and do not metamorphosis take place. The next hormone, the excess secretion of thyroxine or its deficiency causes some metabolic disorders such as the Graves' disease or the cretinism. The next hormone I am going to discuss is the calcitonin, produced by thyroid gland. Its function is the lowering of calcium level in the blood, and when there is a high concentration of calcium level, the calcitonin release, and it decreases the concentration of calcium level by promoting the deposition of the calcium ions into the bone tissues. So when there is high concentration of calcium in the blood, calcitonin is released, and it decreases the amount of calcium ion by deposition of these ions into the bone tissues. The next gland I am going to discuss is the parathyroid gland. The parathyroid glands are embedded in the two lobes of the thyroid glands, and you can see I already told that these are small pea-like structure, the yellowish in color, embedded in both lobes of the thyroid glands. Parathyroid gland secretes parathormone, which regulate the concentration of calcium and phosphate ions in the blood. It increases the concentration of calcium ions by following actions, that is by breakdown of bone tissues and releasing the calcium ions into the blood. absorption of, it increases the absorption of calcium ion concentration from the small intestines into the blood. And the third method, that is the reabsorption of the calcium ion from the kidney tubules and decreases the amount of calcium in the urine. So these are three methods by which parathormone increase the concentration of calcium ion in the blood. When there is low concentration of calcium ion, the parathormone is released, and parathormone increase the concentration of calcium ion by breakdown of bone tissues and absorption from the small intestine and reabsorption of the calcium ion from the kidney tubules into the blood. Here the calcitonin and the parathormone, these are antagonistic to each other. When there is high concentration of calcium ion, the calcitonin is released by thyroid glands, and when there is low concentration of calcium ion and we require calcium ion, the parathormone is released from the parathyroid glands and it increases the concentration of calcium ions. Thank you so much guys for watching this video. If you want more videos, subscribe this channel.